Namaste everyone, I am Gyan and you are watching the session 12 of Java and Web, Exception Handling in Java. In this video, we will learn about some exception handling rules and we will also learn various ways to write try-catch finally blocks. If a catch block is intended to catch a fully checked exception. For example, here in this case, the catch block is intended to catch a fully checked exception, that is IO exception. So if a catch block is intended to catch a fully checked exception, then compiler checks its try block for chances of occurrence of corresponding exception. Here the compiler checks if whatever written in the try block of corresponding catch block have any chance to produce IO exception or not. If no, the compiler will result an error and bytecode will not be created. If compiler found that there is no any chance for exception to occur, then compiler generates a compile time error. Here in these two cases, the compiler generates compile time error because IO exception and file not found exception both are fully checked exceptions, and inside the corresponding try blocks of these two caches there are no any chance to throw IO exception or no any chance to throw file not found exception. They are just printing a string. That's how in these two cases the compiler generates an error. There is no such check for partially checked exceptions and unchecked exceptions. Here in the catch block we are ready to handle arithmetic exception, but there is no such statement in the try block of corresponding catch block which may raise arithmetic exception. Still in this case the compiler does not generate any error because the compiler does not generate such errors for unchecked exceptions and partially checked exceptions. For similar reason in this case also the compiler does not generate any error because the exception itself is a partially checked exception, and in this case the error is an unchecked exception. So there is a compile time error in red colored box because in these cases compiler checks for possibility of occurrence of exception in try block at the compile time. Green color box is compile well because compiler does not perform any check at the compile time. There are some rules of writing try, catch and finally blocks in our code, and one of them is try without catch and or finally is not allowed. Here we have a catch block corresponding to the try block, so this is allowed in Java. Here we have a try block corresponding to the finally block, so this one is also allowed in Java. But here in this case the try block is alone. There is no corresponding catch or finally blocks. So this one is compile time error. Try without catch or finally is not allowed. Similarly, catch without try or finally without try are not allowed. Here we have a try block corresponding to this catch block. But in this case we have a second catch block, and corresponding to this catch block we do not have any try block. So in between these two catch blocks we have a system.out.println statement which prints hi. That's how the second catch block here is the catch without try. This statement results an error. Here in this case there are two compile time errors. There is no catch corresponding to this try and there is no try corresponding to this catch. So these two try and catch blocks result errors. Similarly in this case we have finally without any try. In between catch and finally there is a separate statement which actually kicks out the finally from the group of try catch finally. Here in this case we have the group of try catch finally, but there is one another finally, and this finally is out of the group. That's how this finally is considered as without try. Here in this case there is finally corresponding to a try, and the catch block cannot be after the finally block. In this case the catch block is considered as out of the group and the compiler will result an error. There can be more than one catch blocks corresponding to a try. We will learn about this concept in the coming videos of this session. But the two catch blocks of the same try should not catch the same exception. That will result a compile time error. The compiler will say exception XYZ already has been caught. We can have another try catch block in both try and catch blocks. We can have separate try catch finally block groups in any try catch or finally blocks. Here in this case, inside the try block we have only one try block and there is no corresponding catch block of it. That's how in this case the compiler will throw an error. Try without catch. This inner try is without catch. Outer try is with catch, but the inner try is without catch. So these are some rules of writing try catch finally blocks in our code. That's all for this video guys. Don't forget to like and share this video, subscribe my channel on YouTube, like my page on Facebook and leave your valuable comments in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.